This is WordPress Plugins A to Z.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you happen to be hiding out there on the globe today. Welcome to another training video from WP Plugins, A2Z.com. I'm your host, John Overall, and we're going to be discussing a training plugin today training video for a plugin today called Curation Suite. And Curation Suite is a very nice plugin, something that I've been using for about a year and a half now, and it's a premium plugin. So here's the pricing scale for it. There will be affiliate links in the show notes to go ahead and go buy it, and it is well worth the money if you bring in other data from other websites to your website. If you, for instance, find news articles and other tidbits you want to bring into your site. One of the biggest ways that I use this plugin for WP Plugins A to Z is here on our weekly news. That's a curation and a roundup of news articles I find across the web. It does a great job of bringing in the information. You can go get a snippet, get a headline, an image, and a link off to the original article, ways to help your clients. There's additional things you can do with it. One of the interesting things it has a listening engine that allows you to monitor things such as YouTube videos, social media share accounts, bring that information into your website and curate it into something more usable for people versus having to search the web for everything. You can become a central point for people to come for their information. And it all falls within the guidelines of copyright fair use, as long as you don't start excessively pulling in the other people's content. You pull in bits of their content, just enough to get people's interest, and then they got to jump off and go off to read the original article somewhere else on the web. And this is how this plugin works. It's a very fantastic thing that helps you, helps other people, because you're driving traffic to them. So without much further ado, let's dive into how this plugin works, how to get it, and how to upload, install, and configure it. So off we go. All right, so off we go here. And first thing you'll need to do is you'll need to go to curationsuite.com or use the affiliate link out of the show notes or in the down box down there to find out what it's linked to. Go in here, purchase the plugin. Most people, depending on what you're doing, I myself use just the Curation Suite plugin currently at $97. At $97, a one-time payment. They continually keep it up to date for you. And you can use it on unlimited websites, personal websites, websites that you own, which is a nice thing because I use it across approximately 3-4 of my other websites for bringing in news and information for those other websites. Now they have the listening engine, which allows you to discover trending high content, keyword curated content, videos from YouTube. You can get content that even Google Alerts isn't finding. So this is a very useful tool here. And then if you need some additional help with it, you can buy a consulting package, which allows you to talk to them. Now, when I first did this plugin, I reviewed it for WP Plugins A to Z, and I reviewed it somewhere way back. I reviewed it way back in episode 247 of the WP Plugins A to Z show. So I'll also link that in the show notes too, so you can go check out the review. I did give it a pretty decent review. And when we go down and look for it, here's the review for it, and I gave it a 4 out of 5. And at that time there, I had an opportunity to talk to some of the support staff there and learn a bit more about the plugin, but I haven't done much else with it since. So anyway, it's really a great little plugin, and we're going to dive right in now on how to use this plugin and train it up. Now, the first thing you'll do, once you've purchased it, you'll need to go into your account and download the plugin. And there's two parts to this plugin. There is the uBrand Inc. products plugin, which is required. You download that one. And then there's the Curation Suite plugin. And they have additional options for plugins. And that's what you'll be able to download. So once you've downloaded those plugins, they'll be on your local computer. And only you will know where you download them to, so I'm not going to worry about that part. So what you'll need to do once you get that part done is you'll need to go to your website, and in your website you will need to go to plugins, add new, of course, like any other one, upload the plugin, browse to where you've downloaded the plugin, and you can see I've been downloading it for a while here, and we want the 2017 version. There we go. And we will upload the uBrown plugin first, install that one, activate it. Okay, once that one's done, you can activate it, return to the plugins, add new again. Then you can go to upload plugins, go find the plugin again, and it gets to be a bit of a mess, and then you upload the Curation Suite, install that one, and then activate it. Once activated, you'll notice you've got Curation Suite active, uBrand Inks activated. We'll have added two menus, one Curation Links, one uBrand Ink. Now the next thing you'll have to do is you'll have to activate the plugin by installing your license key. Do that under the uBrand Ink menu, and you got to go to license activation, and we will insert this, and this will be right back. Okay, so before I insert the license key here, you'll want to put your license key in here, and before you can continue anything, and you'll see they've got the additional plugins here. You can go buy and activate the plugins, and they help you in other areas. Depends on what you're going to be doing with your website, but we're going to be sticking specifically to the Curation Suite here. So I'll insert the license key and activate it, and be right back. There we go. You can see I've inserted my license key, activated successfully. So now we're good to go. So what you need to do next is you need to go in and configure the Curation Suite. So you'll go down in the menu here to Curation Site Admin or Suite Admin, and you'll click on this. And this gives you some basic settings. Now, how I use this plugin is I use this for a lot of basic stuff. I haven't moved to the advanced stages, but the basic will get you going, and this is where you need to start so you can get comfortable with the plugin, use it a lot, and start to curate content to your website. So what we're going to do here is show you the changes and bits and pieces you need to adjust. Now you can, if you get fully lost or anything else, you can jump on over to their tutorial pages and check out their manuals. Very informative and helpful they are. So it shows you everything you need to do, the quick start guide, everything else. So jump back here. As we go down here, listening engine off. We're not using the listening engine. Okay, your sidebar size. This I will explain fully detail when we go to show you how to actually curate an article. But this is the sidebar. Basically what it does is when you're curating an article, a bar slides out from the side, and it can take up half your screen, more of your screen, less of your screen, whatever you want. Okay, the default behavior is to show the curate action screen. Okay, this is when you're adding a link. Default image size 150. We're going to make a bit of a change to this. No, sorry, I meant not changing that one. We got another image area to change. Default image size 150 by 150 pixels, so a small square image, and this is a good thing to sort of leave intact. Custom image shortcut sizes. You enter a shortcut text to block for your links, separate. The custom image shortcut size, this is where you can add additional image sizes that you might want to use on the site as you're doing it. I tend to not. Makes things simpler. Image link default. This one here allows you to link the images you pull in to the stories. What it will end up doing is you end up having two links to the stories. One on the image you pull in, and one on the at the end of the article. Now, custom shortcut link, this is something that you will see later, but the biggest thing is that you want something that reads like read original article here. This leads people back to the original article. It's at the end of the curated article. Okay, so that's what you've got there. The headline default wrap, you can wrap it in anything you want, but I recommend leaving it to default H2. Link attribution, where are you going to put the link to the article you've done? Do you want it after the article, link it before, the headline, or link above? The best place to me always seems to be after. After they've read the little snippet you pulled in, they'll then see the read full article here. So this way you've got them, let them read it. Now, I like to put my articles into a block text, much like, wrong one. Much like this one here. If you put them in a block text here, it makes them stand out a little bit more. Also works well if you use the article in the middle of a something you've written where you've curated in somebody's snippet to comment on it. So I like to turn that on by default. Headline default setting, turn the headline on as a default value. Okay, direct share default. This one is to turn on share icons. I don't use them. Add auto summary. This loads the summary automatically in staging, not particularly what you want, and you'll see why when we curate an article. Add no follow to links. This is kind of up to you. You can add the no follow or add the follow. I tend to leave the follow for all of my links coming off of all of my websites because I feel that content you're using it, you're doing, you should be sharing the juice that comes along with it. So that's just my viewpoint. So this is different viewpoints. They say it affects SEO, but I'm not concerned about that so much as I am concerned about being fair in usage. Now you can also select to upload images. When you select an image, it takes it and it'll either create it as a linked image, meaning you're pulling it from their website, or it'll download a copy to your website to use. I recommend upload and use it as a local because then you're not dependent upon their website to deliver that image correctly. Now next you can also then add image credit defaults to it and how you're going to wrap those image credits if they're needed. Default video size. Default video size for when you're bringing in YouTube videos and whatnot. What's the default size? Now this is something you'll want to do, maybe measure the space you have on in your theme and how you want those videos to appear, and then set that here. Okay, Google Plus embed fix. This loads a Google Plus embed script so that you can embed Google Plus posts if they're found in your curations. Okay, and unfortunately, if you put it in here, it'll load it through everything throughout your site. So it could add some load to your website. So think about whether or not you actually use that before you do it. Select the user level. Now this is the lowest user level. If you have multiple users on your site, who can use the Curation Suite? From contributor to admin, depending on what you're going to do. Okay, and since there's nobody else on this site, I'm just going to leave it. Select your post types. Now this one here allows you to set which post types Curation Suite will be available for. So if you have custom post types on your website and you want Curation Suite to be available for it, you need to make that notation here. Okay, auto visual switch, turn off the auto visual switch on page or posts. Note some themes, it might have undesirable results. Give it a shot, see what happens. Default Google News and search blogs. Okay, be US. Okay, default YouTube search is English. Default Bing search. Default Reddit search options. Now this is where you can add your Twitter app credentials for searching for Twitter stuff. This is where you can add Instagram credentials for searching for Instagram stuff. We're not going to be going into that one today, but it is an option for you. Okay, scroll back up. You've got the right-hand column to deal with. Now, what this one here is useful for is this is useful for creating up here. You'll see up here on my toolbar, I have 3 links of curate this to different websites. And that's for when you're searching the web, you can find articles that you want to use. Now what you'll want to do is when you do that, you'll want to have a custom text on this. Okay, and since this is sample, we're going to call it sample. Okay, we set the text. And you'll see it creates a couple of buttons. You can add the link or curate this. Okay. I usually take the curate this one because sometimes I'll create an article, but sometimes you can create a link. You take and drag that up to your toolbar and you insert it in your toolbar. And you'll know what website you're going to be curating that article or post to. All right. Okay, so once you've added that to the menu bar, then what you need to do is there's not much else on this side here. They get some descriptions, talks to you about how the bookmarklets work, hidden bookmarks in mobile devices. Now you can also add a Java code that will allow you to set up a book code on your mobile device. And there's also iPhone, iPad instructions. And this can be very useful if you spend a lot of time on your phone. So, at any rate, it's a great way to get the articles together. Now a bit to show you how this works and how it all comes together. Okay, so now that we have this all set up, what do we want to do? Well, we'll go show you exactly how it works in the current live site. We'll first jump over to the curation links, and you'll see they give you a link so you can set up link buckets. Now, the best way to do this is, depending on how your site works, you might end up doing something sort of like this. Whereas, we've got lots and lots of links in here that need to be published and that have been curated up and ready for organizing, because this is the WP Plugins A to Z show. Basically, one of the things I've done with the links is I've created link buckets, sorting out links on a per episode basis. What links do I want to use in what particular episode of the show? And this makes it a lot easier to come back in and deal with your links later. Now, before we show you how we create and publish a link into a site, we're going to show you how to fetch a link. Now, we're doing this the simple way. There's lots of ways to do it, but I'm going to be showing you the simplest way forward with it. And as you get more experience with the plugin, you'll start to do more and more things with it. So first off, one of the things I've done is I've picked out an article, one that looked like it might be pretty good. It's from Host Review website. It's 5 tips and reasons for savoring the art of WordPress development. So this is a kind of article that I wouldn't mind having in the WP plugins, referencing the article. It looks like it's pretty decent. Without reading it, I just skim over it. It looks okay. Well, we'll give it a shot. So what we do with it is first we're going to curate to the WP plugins show. Now, if you've been logged into your website and you stay logged into your WordPress website, it will automatically bring you to this page. The moment you click to curate this plugin from the previous page, it will bring it up. It creates the source file here for you. It also allows you to either create a new page or create a new post with it if you're going to do that immediately. Or what you can do is add it to a link bucket. In this one here, I'm going to be adding it to the next episode of the WP Plugin Show, which will be episode 315 because 314 is out this last week. So then you just simply add the link and close the window. And it's gone. And it keeps that link, and it's now put that link, and you can close the article. Now, if you want to fetch that link back again later, you can then drop back into your link buckets. Go into the link bucket, scroll down, go click on the number of links in the link bucket, and it'll list up all the links you have in that bucket. And you can see right here, there's the article. And we've got several other articles in here. And now you can either visit the link again to get a review of it or curate it to your website. Now, curation to the website, a little bit different. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to show you a bit of a rundown on how we curate these and how I use them in the weekly news roundup report for WP plugins. Okay, curating them into a post is as simple as creating a post. I've got a post basically up and ready to roll, and what I'm going to do is the basics ways I do it. First thing we'll do is we'll put it in this area here. Now you'll notice over on the right hand side there's a little icon here for Curation Suite. You click that out and it kicks out your Curation Suite menu. You can here do a search for something to curate. Say you're going to search Google News, you could type in WordPress, okay, and then do a search, and you'll want something besides Argentina. Let's go with New Zealand. What the heck? Okay. And English. Okay, and search. Okay, and what it's going to do is it's going to search Google News for WordPress, and you can see here it's kicked up a whole bunch of articles that we could use. And you can curate them here, or you could share them out from here depending on what you want to do. This is a very useful area to get some additional content. Okay, but I'm not going to be using those. Okay, so we're going to jump over to Curate. Now, suppose you had a link all ready to go, and you could then paste that link in here. Doesn't matter what it is. Okay, and then you can load that link and curate it here. So next thing to do, also, this is where I spend most of my time, is in the links area. Okay, now we'll come back to the links area in a moment. All right, now the sharing tab here is not one that I've used, but from what I gather with it, it's a way to add text to all updates that you're sending out. The image credit, this one here is for whatever images you download from the web update, you can add a credit to it. Okay, down through here, only on domains, etc., etc. Okay, so we'll go back to the links here. Now, here in the links menu, you're going to get things from your link buckets that you've created. I go to my most current one. Actually, we'll just jump to a bit of an older one here. Okay, we got some older stuff to do. Load the bucket links. Okay, it pulls it up. Here's your bucket links. Now what you can do is you can curate the link. Now I like to eliminate them as I go so that I don't duplicate my work as I go. So I usually choose curate and delete, because once you curate it, it then deletes it from this list and it's gone. And then you don't have to worry about it anymore. You don't have to worry about duplication. If you find you've duplicated links, which happens to me occasionally, I capture so many links, sometimes I got two of the same, I just hit delete. You can delete the link there. Okay, the other item here is CQ, the curation quality. And what this is for is once you click on this, it tells you what the score of the content is and what they think its quality is. The green, it's good, decent source. Yellow, seems to be good to go, but you might want to check up on the source. Shows up red, might not be a trusted source for content. So you'll want to check into it deeper before you send it out as authoritative. So anyway, this is something to do. I don't often do that. I rarely actually do that at all. I don't think about it because most of the sources I get from, especially for the WP plugin show, I know are decent WordPress sources. So at any rate, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and curate one. Now we're going to take this one here, how we host infinite redundancy and code audits from WPMU Dev. Let's see what their score is, just by curiosity here. Spin it up. Oh, yellow. Well, I know they're golden. Well, you hit curate and delete, and then what it'll do is in the lower window, it'll now load this article for you. It'll start by loading in, it'll load the URL you've got. It loads in a headline, and you've got some options here in the headline. Copy to the title, so you could change out your title of your site, of your post with it. Clean the headline or original headline. Now, to clean the headline is a very important item, and this occurs on numerous websites, or numerous ones you're going to do, because what will happen often is you'll get the headline total across the top here, and then what it'll have is a bar and then the name of the website or something else. Now you could have it in the headline, but it impacts the story. So what I often do is I hit clean the headline just to make sure it's a clean headline. Next item down is a shortcut. This is the text that's going to be after the article and how you're going to refer to it. You can have it say see more, read more. Well, I've got this one set up with those. Premium via, read more at, read original article here. And what I usually do is I usually click read original article here. Changes this text right here. Okay. Next thing down, you scroll down. It loads up first with the images that it can pull from the website. Sometimes you get good images, sometimes you don't get such good images. Here you can get a preview of it'll do a snapshot of the website itself if it can get it. Sometimes it can't. So you choose whatever image you're going to find best, or you upload your own image for it. Your choice. I usually grab something that looks good. So we're going to take this one here. Then what you got to do is go to the main content, and you can see the main content has 90 paragraphs in it. So this is quite the long length of text. And what I often do is I'll read through it and I'll grab a couple of paragraphs at different components of it that sort of tie together and bring the story together for posting. You get those. Sometimes with a really long article, you might have to grab a third paragraph. Okay, and the third paragraph will help out clarify things up if it's really long. Then what you could do is you could look at their summary or metadata and see what it does. And if this stuff works for you, you can put that in there instead. Lists, it'll go through and show you all the lists that were created on the website. These are the lists that are created with bullet points and whatnot throughout an article and a post. Then there's links. You can go through and see how many links are in here, and you can add or load these links or visit the site to find out more information, add some stuff to it. Now, not all, but if they have a video, the video will appear here. If they have some social stuff, it'll appear here. And you can add all that to this box here that we've got loaded full of stuff. Now, once you've gotten everything loaded up in there that you want, find the place in your post where you want this article to appear. Click your icon there, then scroll back up, and up here you can add it to the post as left aligned, centered, right aligned. Okay, you can double check that the block quote is on, the headline is on, the link after is on. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So then what you do is you click left align, and poof, it loads it into the sidebar. Now you can then go up and do another article and another article and another, or wherever else you're going to go with it. Close this up, and you'll have this set here. Now what we'll do is we'll save this draft. Okay, once the draft is saved, let's go preview the post. And you'll see how it posted up. Headline of the article, small image, 3 paragraphs. Read the original article here, where people can then pop off, go see the original article. And there you go. And this is the way to use Curation Suite in the simplest formats. And there's so much more you can do with it. As I'm learning more and more about this plugin, I will revisit this training video again and show more about what it can do. I'll just make addendums to this training video and try to keep them together and in line. But you'll want to do this, and again, you can purchase the Curation Suite over at curationsuite.com. And again, there will be affiliate links in the bottom or in the show notes and in the drop-down window for the training video that you can follow to purchase. And it could make your life a lot easier, produce some more content on your website, add to and enhance your website for your users. It seems to have added a nice enhancement. I find that I get a lot of response from these news articles because I bring forth news articles that they might not have seen or might not have found, or they might have been limited to in their Google searches. So just a good thing all around. So anyway, that's all we've got for you now on this training video, and take care. Bye-bye. Okay, also, well, before I close this out, I almost forgot an important component here. It's the Analytics and Shares module that is in here. And you'll find that under the uBrand Inc. menu, Analytics and Shares. And when you click it up, it'll come up and load up your most visited, most viewed posts on your website. You see I've got a few that have hit 40,000, 24,000 mark. But let's hit the latest posts and take a look at those. Now the latest posts here, it shows me these ones here, like the episode 314 that went out. It's had over 1,900 views, which is quite nice to see. So at any rate, what it does is allows you to visit it, edit the post. But the other useful feature here is the instant sharing. You can then click this out and send it off to, say, your Twitter feed and retweet it out to get additional content. So this is a way to re-expose some of your recent content back out to the web in one easy location instead of having to go through stuff time and time again. So anyway, keep that in mind. This is another additional to it. It does have two other things here. And the other things here is the connected apps. And the connected apps, you can use Pocket or Imgur, whatever they are. I don't honestly know. There's lots of apps out there. So there's something that connects them together. And that's it then. And it looks like this might be a wrap this time. So take care now. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening. Leave comments in here. Let me know what kind of plugins you would like to see for training videos, and I will try to accommodate.